It's our 7th year. Once again, we've got a record festival. We have a record number of stalls. We've got, once again, a fantastic lineup of events in this marquee with some of our wonderful local chefs. It's going to be a wonderful day. I'm looking forward to it tremendously. So without more ado, I'd like to hand over to our special guest Peter, who always supports us so well, to open the festival.
Thank you very much indeed. I know what you're thinking. No, not him again. Yes, sadly. 7 years ago, I was here to do the first food festival, and last year for the 6th, and this for the 7th. So thank you very much indeed for the invites back, and I hope you have a fantastic day. We're really lucky with the weather this morning, and of course thanks to Beverley Town Council for organising and financially supporting the event as always. It gets bigger every year. When it started, when I did the first one 7 years ago, there were, can you believe, just 30 stalls. There's now 100 stalls for the first time. This time there's 3 competitions today. The Twin Town Challenge, there's also a Ready Steady Cook a little bit later on, and also for the first time at the food festival, Copper Saucepan Final will be a little bit later on. There's also plenty of entertainment. You've already seen the brass band, Beverley Brass Band. There's also some Zumba a little bit later on, no idea, and also the Longcroft Gospel Choir will be performing. Local food awards, as always, really popular at lunchtime, and of course the food festival is so important for the local economy and local businesses, for which I've met quite a few already this morning doing their early morning work, loading up their vans and getting their produce here. There's 8 demonstrations here, of course, and local talks on local food in the mobile kitchen. It is a fantastic event. It is hard to believe that there were only 30 stalls 7 years ago, and here we are at 100, and this sort of turnout is so important to the economy of the town. Thank you very much indeed for coming along. Have a lovely day, and thank you for the invite. And who knows, might be back year 8, you never know, do you? Bye.
Behind schedule, I don't want to rush James. Our first demonstration of the day, exciting top chef from the area, and James has done a lot of demonstrations, so he doesn't need me chipping in. He can do it all fluently himself. So I'm going to go and have a quick coffee, and I'll be back a bit later to see what he's cooked up. So for now, sit back and enjoy the cooking of James Mackenzie from the Pipe and Glass.
Welcome everybody to the 7th Beverley Food Festival. We're all feeling bright and breezy this Sunday morning, ready for a bit of nice of our wares. So I'm James Mackenzie from the Pipe and Glass Inn at South Dalton, just down the way. So we've been there for nearly well, over 6.5 years now. The things that we'll be cooking, I'm going to do a couple of dishes today. They'll be representative of what we cook day to day at the Pipe and Glass, really, which is, you know, we are a pub, but also, you know, we've won lots of awards. We have a Michelin star, current Michelin Pub of the Year 2012. But that's not our main focus. It's about using quality produce, which is what we're about here Tuesday. We do a lot of game on our menu. Chose a deer dish today. We've just got a red deer in this week, and we're going to use the loin of that, and that's going to be with some curly kale and some a little haggis pasty as well. And then we're going to do some smoked salmon from Starl Smokehouse, which is at Longriston, just up the way, and they've got a stall here today. And we're going to do that with some salmon tartare and hot smoked salmon scotch egg. So I'm going to crack on and start cooking some of this. First of all, we're going to get the deer on, so that's going to take a little bit longer to cook. And then we're going to do the salmon dish while we're doing that. So like I say, you get different types of deer. This is a red deer, which is one of the biggest. You get the roe deer, which are the little ones. So the loin off this, the saddle was about this big. If you got a roe deer, it'd be about so big. We're just going to seal this off in the pan in a little bit of rapeseed oil and butter, and then it's going to just literally cook in the oven for about 2 or 3 minutes, depending on the size of the actual deer and the loin. If it was a roe deer and it's really small, you don't need any real time in the oven. You could probably do it almost in the pan and just let it rest through. So I'm just going to put a little bit of rapeseed on there. We use a lot of rapeseed oil. This is done from the rolls, just up on the rolls. We use another one made one of my friends, Adam Palmer, which is Yorkshire rapeseed oil. We use it for all our cooking really. Use it for deep frying, use it for cooking meat, fish, use it for dressings. It's got a really lovely nutty flavour. We even use it on one of our dessert dishes as well, which is sounds a bit odd, but we infuse black pepper in it, and we finish a strawberry dish with that. And when people eat it, they think it's like a walnut oil or something like that.
I'm very gracious of you. Not sure I can handle it.
Dead men are all on the earth. Oh, okay.
You wouldn't think it was the advertising.
Oh, no. No, okay. The names.
Them's the bits what everybody's afraid of. They think will kill you, but wouldn't kill you.
No.
It might make you poorly.
You might have a bit of stomach in it, something like that. There'd be a lot of dead people about it. If that was the case.
And sometimes that puts people off, doesn't it? Doing crabs themselves.
It puts me off, to be true.
Well, that's why a lot of people are afraid. And you just this is the pairs. A lot of meat in these leg pieces.
Okay.
So you just sort of get it all out with a spoon.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way. It's about the only way you can do them actually.
Yeah.
Is hand plates.
That's a good idea, get them bits out with the end of a spoon.
Yes. Well, it's one of the only ways. Some people use these airlines, but you still get lots of the membrane in with it as well. Like, you know, it's anything like that in your mouth. It wouldn't taste good, is it?
Here you go. Break that off, and then he's going to hit it with a spoon.
Tap it with a spoon. Oh yeah, right.
See, they're not that hard, are they?
Hold it and tap it across that way, right?
I didn't think that would break it, to be honest.
Yes, that's it. But people do think they're a lot stronger, so that's when they use the hammer. But you've no need to do it.
Okay, and now stand up. What I want you to do is to hold onto the double stick about 3/4 of the way up. Push it side to side. And see if you can push it up in the air. There you go. Now I've got mine. That's lovely. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a stage shot for the council. We'll just move in a little bit. Is this okay, mums and dads, that your children are being photographed? And what you do is just hold the sticks like this on the floor, because you can't fall off the floor, and on the floor, and lean them down, okay, and then push it side to side. Hope you got that.
Try again, Will.
Tea bloom, bowl of green silver needle tea, pot of boiling water, drop the bowl of green tea into the little kettle, place the lid, and now just wait for it.
Wait for it to brew, what, about 5 minutes?
It will brew in about between 3 and 5 minutes.
So what's it doing now then? Oh, it's FM. Oh, is it? Right. I don't know whether the lens on this one will pick that up.
Oh, I should have brought a better camera.
Wait till the... No. And you'll start to see the blooms.
You'll see it.
When the leaves fully open, you'll see the blooms.
Love in bloom.
Oh well, here he goes.
It's quite impressive actually. There we go. There we start. There we go.
Wow!
This one's called Jasmine Fairy.
Jasmine Fairy.
They're all different.
Sounds like a burlesque act, doesn't it?
It is. They open up differently then. Yeah, there's 6 different.
Doesn't it?
Wonderful. Breakfast tea, thank you.
Is that different one again?
We're into tea and you get it out. I tend to make it not a strong tea drinker, so it might be a
No, it's fine. It's fine for me.
I prefer it.
Good.
But remember what I said to you about your tea bag earlier? That's what you get in your tea bag.
Yeah, your white t-shirt.
Very efficient. It's lovely, isn't it?
It's absolutely gorgeous. It really is. Thank you.
Well, I'll let you try it then. You may as well. These two have already tried some of this tea, and I'm sure there's more than tea in it, really, to be honest.
Somebody said there was a hint of brandy in it.
Well, there's a hint of something in it.
Yeah, possibly not brandy.
What do we think to that one then?
We've not even got halfway down there yet.
Rather delicate.
Yes, rather delicate.
We liked the breakfast tea, didn't we? That was alright.
Yeah,
The deluxe breakfast tea was very nice. Hello, do you know who sells eggs?
So close, and if you wanna dance with me, we get some moving till the morning comes.
I send a pig off and I use the whole lot of It's a nice fruit round the egg. This is the way to go.
We'll do it this way. We spent hours trying to get the actual shape first, and then plop the meat in.
Just whirl it round and use that. Keep putting it in as you do it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the organic shape.
I am the mistress of the quick and dirty fix.
Yeah.
The shortcut corner. Because I'm always racing around like a lunatic. So my daughters-in-law know that if they have a disaster, I'm always learning the way around. Well, I always learn the way around because I've done it before.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
And of course the beauty of this type of paste is you can really abuse it and it's still lovely and crunchy.
Yeah, you
What sort of amount of fat did you put in? Fat.
I can't remember.
Quite a bit.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Don't too much. I'm trying to think. I've got to scale this down in my head because I do 1.5 kilo batch at a time.
Yeah, well, we don't do as big as that.
Yeah,
I do
just
kilos,
literally.
but I have to because of my weight. So I'm still doing whatever. But this was 250 grams of flour, so that's about half a pound.
Right, we catch an awful lot of female lobsters in our fishery that have eggs on, and part of our sustainability project to keep the fishery going in the long term is what we call a V-notching project, where we have a small tool like this and we mark the tail of a lobster by cutting a notch in the tail like that. Now that lobster cannot be legally landed and must go back into the fishery if anybody else captures it. Unfortunately, we are one of the few vessels that conduct this work.
I understand there's a fine if you do actually catch them.
Yeah, if you are found to have a V-notch lobster on your vessel, you receive up to a £50,000 fine. So, you know,
£50,000?
Yeah.
And what's this tool here? This like a measuring stick, is it? This thing?
Yeah, this is how we measure the lobsters. The minimum legal landing size in this area is 87 millimetres. And how we measure the lobsters, we take the gauge and from the back of the eye socket to the back of the carapace. So a lobster like that would be illegal. It would have to go back into the fishery.
Well, you have a kind of a trap thing, don't you, so they can get out, is that right?
Yeah, also all our pots are fitted with an escape gap in the back end of the pot.
Right.
Which allows undersized shellfish to exit the pot while it's still on the seabed. Because there is potential, if they're discarded on the surface, for them not to get back down to the seabed. They might get eaten by other sea creatures.
I understand that they're cannibalistic as well, is that right? So they eat their own?
Lobsters are extremely cannibalistic. There's nothing more they like than a smaller lobster. So, you know,
these make a massive difference to the long-term sustainability of the fishery. So, you know, we are trying to get other vessels to go down the same route. It's not that easy.
No,
a lot of people don't always.
Time's money, money's. Yeah, I know.
You actually save time by having them in because you don't have to sort through so much shellfish. So, you know, they basically sort themselves out, so it makes life an awful lot easier.
The sweet chopped terrine. Sweet chopped terrine is always say the sweet is for the children. This is wonderful to making. Easy. Turkish delight, Mars bar, Snickers.
Snickers? You're going to go Snickers?
Snickers.
Quick career Your English, you're so clever.
Now what you do, you're making some ganache. It's a cream and chocolate. You boil your cream. And you're making your chocolate to dissolve. When you have this, you know, it's nice. Honestly, it's very easy to do. Look, you see, you have just cream, chocolate.
Can you not burn the cream though? I'm always worried about
No. You're just making just warm.
Right. Okay.
You put your chocolate and you just whisk to keep stirring.
What sort of chocolate? Any chocolate? Cooking chocolate?
Cooking chocolate, yeah. After your choice, if you want to be dark, it's really nice. Milk. Don't use the white chocolate because white chocolate is butter.
Right. Oh, okay.
It's now you take on a mold. One example on this one. You put a little bit of your ganache on the bottom. Just a little bit, you see? It's just to making the bottom of this.
You're taking notes, you'll be making this.
Now, but you take your toothpick and you start with this one. It's very simple and very, normally I don't do this on my shop because it's, but for the children, my boys love this because it's, you put the 3 or 4, see, you put, you cover with your ganache. After to making a little bit color and it's nice, it looks like good Turkish delight. No, same thing. It's look fun. Hop. Honestly, you do it this on 5 minutes. You cover again. You possible do it this on a long, you know, on a long one. You don't need to be on a small. You put on a long. You put your Mars bar, your Maltesers. You put any sweet you want. It's making sure I don't eat him before. Voilà. And now, tray is done.
In the fridge.
And the fridge, exactly. But you have no fridge. Voilà. And the fridge. Now, I have making one before. Because it's for your children, you want to do it something nice and talk. You know? You're making the little design. It's, and you take off. Cutting and a half if you want. You see? And you give this. And the children is happy. How long it takes? 5 minutes.
In a few minutes' time, we'll have the latest competition and demonstration on this stage. Presenters from BBC Radio Humberside, Jonathan and Carl, who present West Enders. Carl will be presenting our morning show throughout this week as well. We'll be taking on the Ready Steady Cook Style Challenge after a short presentation from the Mayor of Beverley, Margaret Pinder.
Yes. Right, yes, for those of you who were here for the Twin Town Challenge, we had our own Thierry Condet and Asfi Fazima, who was very kindly come across from Lemgo, who cooked the most wonderful Persian dish. There was a cold starter of cucumber in yoghurt with spearmint and dried rose petals, and then a dish of chicken in orange with saffron, and don't you wish you were here, don't you wish you were here, yes, with beautiful Persian rice, fragrant Persian rice. And so we declared the winner of the Twin Town Challenge. It's a very, very great pleasure to say once again thank you very much for coming to share your cooking with us here in Beverley and to make this presentation for you to have in your restaurant. So thank you very much, Astrid, thank you.
Now I know from past experience this can get very competitive the next half an hour because I've done this myself in the past. I feel quite honoured to be introducing it this time. Would you welcome from BBC Radio Humberside, you'll hear them tonight from 6 o'clock presenting West Enders, Carl Wheatley and Jonathan Parker. Now I know that they've done a little bit of cooking in the past, but I think we need to leave it to the professionals as well. So, would you welcome John Robinson from White's? And also Jason Rowe from Dine on the Road. So let's start before the challenge begins. We'll speak to Carl Wheatley. Any sense of nerves? There's a little bit of competition here.
I'm very nervous, yes, but I'm confident in the that's better. I'm very nervous, but I'm confident in the products that I've nipped from the various stalls around. Well, I didn't pay a penny for them, so we're very pleased. I'm confident. Can you thought of it? I'm confident.
You've actually got a mic on.
I think it's working. Is it working?
Oh.
Not working.
Never mind.
That's Tegan for you. Confident that the products in there are first class and we're going to win. I'm very confident.
Jonathan, how about you? Do you share that same level of confidence?
I always think it's the taking part that matters, not the winning.
That's because you're sad.
I thought you weren't doing it this year. Shut up. Actually, you're the judge, aren't you? I better be
Yeah, I'm going away now, but all I can say is if you have tears, prepare to shed them down.
Yeah, you're already going back, so you have to taste it.
Let's just hear from the chefs before we begin. Let's start with Jason.
Or John.
Or Johnny. John's the other side. John, let's ask you, tell me what's in the bag.
I don't know yet, we're not had a look apparently. Can't well let me have a look, but are we allowed to?
No, not yet.
Shall I show you ours? Because our mates are working, alright. Okay. Well, we've got sprouts, because you have to get sprouts, don't you, at the Beverley Food Festival. So there's some sprouts, some pimento, and they are a Spanish delicacy, but they're grown in Yorkshire. What are they then?
Like about 1 in 15 of those is really spicy and the rest are quite mild. So it's like a lucky dip of chilies.
Get Margaret back, we'll give her one of those. Okay.
The Margaret's favourite apparently.
We've also got some
focaccia, isn't it?
Yes, some bread, some garlic bread. We've got, what else have we got for main course? Oh, we've got, well, I know it's supposed to be local, but, yeah, I've got kangaroo for it. Because, I thought, you see, this, don't you? And no.
What am I going to do with that?
So not. Well, I've got an idea because I asked the man. You can stir fry or
I'm hiding behind here.
Anyway, we've got kangaroo, local kangaroo, and what else? Oh, now. This is pudding. Hang on. How it's going to work is we're going to do a main course and a dessert, and Carl and John are going to do a starter and a main course. I've got a trio, a rainbow trio of chard. So you can make nice colour out of that, alright?
Are you feeling confident at this stage?
A leek.
Oh, yeah, James, very, very confident.
A leek and an onion.
What the hell is that?
Right there. Tomato? Tomato. They're like a spicy tomato. Spanish they are.
Mexican.
Are they?
Maybe.
Spanish,
sorry.
Don't argue. Right, and then for dessert, we've gone for like summer fruits and brownies. Apparently there's a couple of good brownie manufacturers in Beverley. Do you make brownies at all, Jason?
Apparently I do, I think, yeah.
So we've got some proper brownies. We've got a blondie and a raspberry brownie. We've got one of your brownies.
That is true.
We've got some strawberries, some summer fruits vodka. So we thought we could maybe do something with that. And some chili jam and some strawberry jam. And we've got, hang on, so we've got...
It's supposed to be 5 items.
Is it? We've only got 2 though, we've got the main course and a sweet.
One of everything.
Anyway, that's what we've got.
Right, let's find out, can we find out yet, John, whether we can actually start looking in your bag yet?
Yes, ready?
This is the boring bit, we've got the big
Don't vote for him.
I've just got some marmalade and chocolate.
For a starter.
Pigeon breast. Fennel seed dressing. Olive oil. Wild boar fillets. Quail's eggs. Salmon. Goat's cheese. Slow sherry and slow port. And some mushrooms. That's it.
Right, well I think as we're being hurried up by the Mayor of Beverley's in charge today, so shall we begin?
Okay.
I don't know whether there's a time on a tradition of saying it, but let's begin. Ready, steady.
So would you like to...
Well, Jason, you better explain what you've done because I'll undersell it.
John brought us all those vegetables in. We've got all those vegetables he was put in, the pimenton de padron, the sprouts, the chard, through the couscous, which we've heated up, added a bit of salt and pepper, lemon juice to it, marinated the kangaroo in paprika and cinnamon and lemon juice and ginger and garlic for about 5 minutes before we seared it for about 2 or 3 minutes. These things, I've forgotten what they're called, Jonathan, what they're called?
Tomatillos?
Something like that. Just a green tomato, slightly warmed up, seared in the pan. And then we just made a sauce with some Greek yogurt, some chopped coriander, some chopped basil, salt and pepper, and the chili jam that John brought in as well. Smeared it on the plate, a little bit of oil on there as well. And then we've got the brownies with some chocolate sauce. And the strawberries in the 2 different liqueurs, and also some strawberry marshmallow jam from one of the stalls as well.
So we've got kangaroo that's been marinated within an inch of its life. It kind of leaps on the palate.
Is it a bit tough?
I'm so surprised.
At least ours was finished in time.
Yeah, right.
It's a bit undercooked.
Yes.
No, it's not.
It's perfectly. I might ask the same question about your pork.
That must be overcooked. They went over so much over time.
Very good, because the problem with couscous is it can be bland, and I mean this is really good because it's very good baked. Because couscous in effect is pasta, it's a form of pasta. So that I can taste the pasta on peppers. And I hope there are some left because she nicked them off.
There's loads of them.
Oh good, that's fine, just the man. Lovely.
Don't give them yet, don't give them
Pigeon?
Very nice. Yes, I know, yes, pigeon. You said that's from the airport.
From the street, actually.
If you've been in my garden, you can have pigeon and squirrel as well. I am fond of pigeon. It's a very economical meat and it's absolutely delicious. And one thing I sometimes do with pigeon is, you know, beef Wellington and the pepper strip. It's actually very nice for pigeon breast as well. Sure. Ignorance.
See? Already you've forgotten that, haven't you?
Forgotten what?
Let's just quickly find out what Helen, the town clerk of Beverley, thinks. Helen, you, like Margaret, sampling the pigeon. What have you made of the standard so far of the chefing skills?
I think it's excellent so far. I'm looking forward to trying the pigeon. Look, the kangaroo was very nice.
Yes.
And the couscous was lovely, and the pudding was great.
Yes.
And David, how about you? I mean, you are a professional chef, and what have you made of the standard of food from maybe a presentation point of view?
Well, over there, lovely presentation, lovely flavours. The kangaroo cooked perfectly. It should be really pink. As we've got here, wild pork. Yeah. Cooked really pink as well. That's how it should be. So yeah, the presentation over here is stunning.
Yes.
Forward to trying these.
Last time I saw a really pink kangaroo, I'd been on the world top of it too much. Right, mushroom quail egg.
Let's try this with a bit of quail egg.
Well, in a few minutes' time, we'll be presenting the winner and announcing the winner once Margaret, the judging panel.
I was a bit put off by the massive beaver.
Oh yeah, with you shoots, digest.
Don't fondle the root vegetables. So yeah, as a very worthy winner.
You don't even get it!